4-point plan to make solid contact, because for me solid contact is the ace of spades. Is what Jason Day does so beautifully. And you want to find the steepness in your setup,
okay,
and the shallowness in your swing. So the steepness in the setup, the way we do that is, number one, when people set up for little chip shots, I really like that front foot to be flared out,
okay,
a little bit. I really like the front foot to be flared out, because that helps turn through and just pinch the ground a bit.
Right.
I'm going to do things with the setup to create the pinch, so I don't have to find the pinch in the swing. Let's have you in here, actually.
Okay.
So the first thing for me would be, when you set up, to help get the steepness from the setup, just flare that front foot out a little bit. Now, I would say just behind that, I mean, almost as important, is the trail hand, to have a nice neutral grip for the trail hand. And the best drill I've got for that is, as you set up, just let that trail hand come off and then go back on the club. Off and back on the club. So you feel the trail hand is very much on the side of the club.
Right.
The club's not likely to close there, and if it doesn't close, you're not likely to scoop under it. So two things there that are really important. Now, the third thing where you find the steepness is something that I sort of found teaching at the club at Ibis the other week. They say in the camera world everybody has a good side and a bad side. I think everybody thinks you've just got two good sides to the camera. I mean, I know I certainly haven't. But when people set up, I want you to set up, and I'm going to just turn your head a little bit, and if we could have a nice face on here from my number one camera. I was teaching a young lady the other day, and she was tilted off that way, and just turn the left cheek up to the sky a little bit. Yeah, like that. Now, I would say you can see too much of the left side of Blair's face there. So I call this drill hide the left, make the left disappear. And so what I want you to do, and I suggest all people do this, is just stand straight up,
okay,
and then just turn a little bit so you're looking over here. Now put the club behind the ball, keeping that sort of body alignment. Just put the club head behind the ball. No, don't turn your head back.
Okay.
Put the club head behind the ball, absolutely. Now, you're going to be looking at the ball.
Okay.
You're going to be looking at the ball.
But my cheek.
Yeah, and I would want your head to be very straight, so I didn't mean to.
Oh, okay, okay.
So that's definitely going to give you the steepness. So let's see you chip one here.
Okay.
That gives you the steepness with the setup, and then we can have the shallowness with the golf swing. And that would be really good. Now, the fourth point here is to just take it up a plane, to swing on a plane. Let me show you that, Blair.
All right.
And I think Jason Day just does this superbly. Whether Colin Swatton's taught him, I don't know, or whether he's just naturally gifted. But the plane or the path, call it what you will, some people are saying these days there isn't a plane. Well, by golly, there certainly is a path at the bottom, and that's really close to the plane. But you can see the angle of this cushion, it's set for a sand wedge. So I would want the club, I'd want to move the club so it goes up that plane, down that plane. By golly, I don't want to get too much below or inside that plane, not by any means. That to me is the kiss of death. Only worth if you have a strong grip and your head behind the ball. So to me, the deal is left foot turned out a little bit, trail hand grip nice and neutral. Definitely turning the head that way a little bit, so I'm hiding the left side, and then I'm going to take that club up the plane, down the plane, and try and just chip that ball somewhere in the direction of the target. And I mean, that one wouldn't be too bad, but you know what? I think it's time for a competition.
I think it's time for another competition.
Okay, well, seeing as I won the first...
We'll give you